Hey, today's Tao Daily Tarot reading just around the corner. Of course, here's a little heads up for you. Soulmates. Soulmates. But don't get ahead of me on this one. There are a lot of ways that we can kind of bend this idea, but it's a really positive read, as you see from these other two cards. There is some sort of a soul-love connection going on. It's a question is, how will it show up in your life? We'll take a look at some of the parameters coming up in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome again to the Tao Daily Tarot. Glad to have you here. It's extra special good when you are here because you're the one who I do it for. Kind of works out that way. By the way, you could be a new timer, long timer, cross watcher. Doesn't make any difference. Door is always open for you. Let me explain to the new timers, however, what makes this tarot reading different from others. First of all, it's archetypal. I read the images from the card. I generally only pick 8 cards, sometimes 9 from 4 different decks, and that's it. And you say to me, well, geez, why so basic? Well, because the Tao, by definition, is basic. It's the simplest, most direct path. I also keep it simple by reading energies only, the energies of coming, going, pushing, pulling, the things that affect you every day in your life. Because things are always coming toward you. Things are always going away from you. They're pushing you. They're pulling you. That's life. And these energies that I'm going to be talking about in this tarot reading affect everybody on the planet over the next 24 to 48 hours. Everybody. How they express themselves in their lives is a different story. So that's why I do not predict. This is an energetic weather report. Literally, an energetic weather report. I let you know whether it's going to be sunny or cloudy or windy or rainy or snowy or hurricaney. Or is there such a word as hurricaney? Well, you get the idea. Alrighty, and so when you have the energetic weather report, now you apply these energies to your life. And I've had very, very, very positive responses from folks who have said, geez, I love this. I love this idea. Give me the energies and I'll know how to fit it into my life. And that's the point, because you are the reason I'm doing this. You are the one who I am trying to empower with this energetic information. Also, I do a thing called the hyper shuffle. That separates me, and I try to get this within about 10 minutes, maybe 11, something like that. It all depends on the cards. And right now I'm running long, so why don't I just put a lid on it, and how about if I show you the hyper shuffle? And there you go. There is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to today's tarot reading, Tarot Daily Tarot. Alrighty, so let's go. The oracle card, the overall temperature here is soulmates. Soulmates. And this 41 here adds to a 5. That means change. 5 always change. Alrighty. So what does that mean? Soulmates. Could be somebody coming into your life. That would be a possibility. Or it could be a job situation that really suits you so much better, that fits. It is something in your life or someone in your life, including you, by the way, where you're getting into a much more positive relationship, a much more loving, a much more supportive kind of relationship. So don't just tie yourself down to just romantic relationships. Yes, that could be it in your life. Yes, and I hope so, because nothing better than a really good relationship. But could also be, again, a relationship with work, a relationship with yourself. You're blending pieces together. Let's move from here to the first energy card from the energy coming and going. 3 of Pentacles, right there. Right there. 3 says collaboration. Pentacle says for a purpose. Indeed, it could be a relationship, romantic, business, or with yourself. And I want you to open up that definition of relationship, because that's critical. And again, very often when people predict, they put you in a box and go, well, it's going to happen this way. It is a relationship with some part of your life that is much more positive, that is much more loving, supportive, okay? Don't just think of another individual person, although it could be for some. But it could also be a relationship with work, career, or yourself. And we move to the second energy card of coming and going, the Star. I love the Star. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Good stuff. Because the Star is so positive, so promising. And, it's like the old song, when you wish upon a star. The star is hope. Okay? The star is seeing that light off in the distance. It is your guide, it is your dream, it is your passion, inspiration, harmony, healing. Really important. And that could indeed very much, if we're talking about the possibility of healing here, that could fit this very nicely. Soulmates. Could be maybe reconnecting with yourself, someone else, your job. Maybe they offer you a slightly different gig at work, or they say something to you or something. I mean, it's just a putting together of two energies. Okay, that's what it is, and in a very positive way. So think about your life and figure out how that may fit in. And let's add to the fire a little bit. How about from pushing and pulling side? How about the Ace of Cups? Now, the Ace of Cups is the beginning of a love journey. Can I use that phrase without misleading you? A love journey. Aces are always the first step, right? Positive, very strong, very good. But remember, the Ace of Cups, being that it is the first step, could very simply, clearly be you beginning to love yourself. Believe in yourself, trust yourself, know yourself. Be friends with yourself. Yeah. This is an extremely positive read. This is more than simply an emotional connection. I'm getting a sense of almost a spiritual connection. And you go, work, how the hell are you going to have a spiritual connection with work? Some people do. But it doesn't have to be spiritual in the strictest sense of the word. It could be some kind of an extra connection or additional connection that really makes it fit much better. And that takes us to the Ten of Pentacles. Values. Yes, money. Okay. But it's what you really value. You know, do you value good health? Do you value your friends, your family? Do you value milk chocolate? What is important to you? And I think that's really what this whole read is up to this point, is when we're talking about soul mates, it may be another person, it may be another entity, but it may also be tying together different parts of yourself, parts that have been kind of separated artificially over the last year and a half, and they're joining together again. But as long as you keep in mind that this is a loving, positive relationship, whether with yourself, others, the outside world, just keep that, focus that energy, okay? We go from here to the first magnifier card, the Fool, stepping out in faith. There is nothing foolish about the Fool. The Fool is the exercise of faith. I'm going to step out. I'm going to erase the blackboard, the whiteboard. I'm going to erase the past. I'm not going to forget it, but I'm not going to let it tie me down. I'm going to step forward in faith that there's much better ahead. And I really think that there is much better ahead. And I think it's this soulmate relationship that you're working toward on some level. And then we go with the Eight of Pentacles. That's the other magnifier card. So you're continuing and willing to work on what is important, what is valuable to you. But that's the key. Valuable to you. Not society, not mass media, not anybody else telling you what's important. You deciding for you. And in fact, as I just saying that, I think that kind of underlines this whole idea of soulmates. Connecting with a part of yourself that has been artificially removed over the past year and a half, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, and rejoining. And it may show up as a love relationship. It may show up as a work relationship. It may show up with you just kind of liking you, loving you a little bit more, huh? And then we go to the vice versa cards. Looking forward, victory. Six of Wands. Yes, passion, enthusiasm, joy. You're getting there. And of course, when you're there, we're going back to the idea of soulmates relationship, right? This whole idea of more enthusiasm, more joy, more connection to life. This last year for many has been simply an existence. What we're talking here might be the difference between existence and living. I think that's what you need to keep in mind. And that's this whole idea behind soulmates. Yes, it could be another person. Yes, it could be your job or career. And yes, it could be just some situation or you learning to love yourself more, connect with yourself, parts and pieces that you've lost. That's a powerful read. Woo, 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 woo. Love that. Alrighty, please, as I always remind you, like, subscribe, share, click that little bell, hit it, because that will put you on the daily delivery list, and you'll get my daily tarot feeds every single day. Other than that, I think we're pretty much up to speed. Hey, feel free to make any comments that you wish to on the line below there, the comment section. I look at every single one of them, and I'll be happy to converse with you in that regard. Because you're the reason I do it. You are the reason that this all becomes useful and valuable. And by giving me a little support, we grow the channel, and I can try to work with you more and more. I have some plans to expand, but I want to kind of keep them quiet until we get to a certain point where I can feel comfortable about expanding. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this time around. Thank you very much for visiting with me, for enjoying with me, for being a member of my tribe. You don't know how much that means. So between now and the next time you and I have a chance to talk tarot, blessings.